What's up people, welcome to another Arcane afternoon. The Lovecraft event is live and in this video I will be showing you how to make the most gold from this event. So first of all, this event goes for 2 weeks and the leaderboards don't reset after 1 week, which is a little bit sad, but this is just how it is. So quickly before I get into the event, as you can see, all of the beast items are super cheap now. This is because of the previous event, the Mortorex event, which was only 1 week. In that event you could craft unlocked crates and this caused many people to open locked and so many beast items dropped. And now all of the beast gear is so cheap. So if you don't have beast gear yet, this is the best time to buy yourself some beast gear. It is the best gear in the game and is cheaper than ever. So while we're talking about beast gear, let's have a look at the new locks. So in this lock there's a new beast item. It's the beast chakrams. These sell for around 200 million gold in auction right now. And they are indeed better than the force bow. So if you can afford it, you should buy these because they are quite a bit better than the force bow. For mages, for example, it might not be worth it to use the new beast weapon. You can easily clear 20 mobs in a single second with the force gun just by auto attack spamming with haste. But on pure damage, the new beast weapons are better. And the new beast weapons even come with a proc which gives you extra damage. But for some reason the proc only lasts 3 seconds, so at the same time it is useless. I don't know what developer thought a 3-second proc is a good idea. Like, you blink once and your proc is gone. I don't know who came up with that. They might increase the proc time in a future update, but right now the proc is completely useless because it's only 3 seconds. So now let's have a look at the tier rewards. Again, they don't reset after 1 week, so you can only get these rewards once. In my opinion, leaderboard and tier rewards should always in every event reset after 1 week. It's just way better. But anyway, so the bronze tier rewards is 2 golden love elixirs and a banner which is not tradable. These golden love elixirs sell for around 250,000 gold each. For silver tier you get a Shadowheart title and 2 golden Lovecraft chests, which are about 30,000 gold each, I think. For gold tier you get a new pet in legendary, 5 awakening gems and 1 fleeting love farmers elixir. With this elixir you can loot crafting material from the event bosses. And for plat tier you get 2 love letters which sell for 1.5 million gold each right now. You also get a hard wisp which actually looks pretty cool and it's not tradable. I might actually use this wisp, it really doesn't look that bad. Then you get 15 fleeting love elixirs and each of these cost around 250,000 gold each, so this is pretty good. Then you get 10 awakening gems and 1 jewel chest. I don't know why they keep giving us these jewel chests, they're so bad. You always just get some standard lightning jewel which is completely worthless. Also these 10 awakening gems is not really worth anything. They could have maybe put 10 elite awakening gems here, would have been much better. But these are the tier rewards. Could always be better, but it also could be worse. So now let's have a look at the leaderboard rewards. Again, they don't reset after 1 week, so this is going on for 2 weeks. So for top 50 you get these wings and they are tradable. I would guess they would probably sell for around 30 million gold. Then you get 50 platinum. For the past few events I think they removed the platinum from the leaderboard rewards, so it's really nice that they brought this back. Then you get 5 bound elite awakening gems and 1 precise finesse jewel. These rewards are decent, but if the leaderboard doesn't reset after 1 week, for 2 weeks this is kind of poorly. For top 25 you get a heartfelt banner which looks pretty good and is probably going to cost quite a bit of gold. Then you get 100 platinum, 10 elite awakening gems. You also get the wings and 1 flawless finesse jewel. And for top 10 you get also the heartfelt banner, you get a armor assassin title, you get 1 corrupted finesse jewel, 250 platinum chest, 50 elite awakening gems, you get the top 50 wings, and for top 10 you get an extra badge which is not tradable and you get an aura. So this aura, I think these shurikens that fly around are really cool, but I'm not a fan of the heart animation. I think it moves too fast and it just looks a little bit weird. So this aura is probably going to cost between 300 and 500 million gold. There is going to be around 40 plus of these auras in the game because there's 10 of each class and people will tie. So there's quite a few in the game and it's not the best looking aura. I think the heartbeat is actually really annoying. So I really don't see this aura going for over 500 million gold, but it is still a top 10 aura. So these were the leaderboard rewards. the best place to farm energy still is in Indigo Caverns. And now let's have a look at the crafting. So you can craft a bunch of vanities. To craft these vanities, you need the recipe, which you can buy for event tokens at the vendor. And these two crafting materials you get by using the fleeting elixir in the event map. I already got a bunch of them and they sell for like 1 million gold each. I made quite a few million gold profit running the fleet elixir, but probably within the next 2 days, the fleeting elixir profit is going to get much less. So I'll go through all of the vanities quickly once. You do need the same crafting materials for all of them. Then you can also craft this purple glass heart badge, which actually looks pretty good. And you can craft a golden Merfkin badge. Then you can craft a new pet, the Heroic Hearts and Hugs egg. This pet is pretty good and it is really easy to craft. The crafting material is already under 100,000 gold each. So all you need to craft this pet is the recipe, and this one you can buy from the token vendor for not too many tokens. So if you look at the stats of the pet, you can see this pet is actually really good, and because it's so easy to craft, it will not be that expensive. So first of all, the happiness bonus is really good with 100 primary stat, 15 crit damage, 15% haste, 30% damage stacking, lethality, and also 30% ultimate charge rate. This 30% ultimate charge rate is higher than Arcanite Loop, so this pet is really good. So the happiness bonus is pretty good, but the Arcane ability is even better. So when you use this ability, it will spawn 5 Valentine sweets on the ground, and if you pick up one of them, you will get 15% crit damage, 20% armor, and 25% boss damage for 7 seconds. So this ability is already really OP and very useful. And now I'm just wondering if you could maybe pick up multiple at the same time. And I'm also wondering how long the sweets stay on the ground. So can you pick up one and then wait 7 seconds and pick up another, so you have the ability just the whole time basically? We will have to see, but this ability will be very useful. So then you can craft the love letter. The most expensive crafting material is the parchment paper, and you can buy these from the token vendor for 200 tokens. Then there's also a new halo for each class, which looks pretty decent. And this year, for some reason, we will not get a Lunars event. They just put the Lunars event during the Lovecraft event, so you can craft this lunar badge here. And they also added a pet for the Lunars event. This pet will only sell in the store for platinum. I'm not sure how much this will sell for in the store, but probably between 800 and 1700 platinum. And this pet just looks absolutely amazing. This pet looks so good. This might be the best looking pet in the game. And this pet also has an incredible happiness bonus. So you get 100 primary set, 25% crit damage, 25% haste, and 30% damage stacking. So this happiness bonus can easily compete with, for example, Heroic Flame. With Heroic Flame, you have 25% crit damage, 25% damage stacking, which is 5% lower, but you do get 25% boss damage, I'm pretty sure. But the haste can always be useful to proc your gears faster and to deal some extra damage. So now let's have a look at the token vendor. There is 2 different token vendors, one for the lunar event and one for the Lovecraft event. So first let's have a look at the lunar event. So first you can buy the ugliest banner in the entire game for just 500 platinum. I think this is an absolute steal, but maybe now that I think of it, maybe this is actually smart to buy. Just imagine, probably not a single player will buy this banner, and if you're the only one who buys this banner, this will be a 1 out of 1 in the entire game. This means this banner would be priceless and you could get billions of gold for this. But this would only work if you're the only person who buys this banner, otherwise this banner will be useless. So now the big problem is that the lunar event is running at the same time as the Lovecraft event. I think they should have just put the lunar event for 1 week after the Lovecraft event. This is just so unnecessary that they run it at the same time. So my big issue is that the firecrackers are so expensive. They cost 100 tokens for just 10 crackers. Nobody will ever buy these. So I wanted to buy thousands of firecrackers during the lunar event, and now that they cost so many tokens, nobody's going to buy them, because you can just buy a parchment paper for 200 tokens for over 1 million gold, or buy some recipe for vanities for possibly even more gold. So nobody is ever going to buy these firecrackers. I think they need to quickly make an update and make these a lot cheaper. Maybe even put them at 10 tokens for 10 crackers. Maybe even lower. Like, these firecrackers are way too expensive, and I really hope they will make these a lot cheaper. I mean, you can decide on your own, either buy 10 firecrackers or get about 6 to 10 million gold for other items that you can buy with the tokens. This just makes no sense for a firecracker that lasts for like 1.5 seconds. But the event has just started, they might fix it. But now let's have a look at the token vendor for the Lovecraft event. So the easiest and best thing you can buy here is the parchment paper. It is 200 tokens and you get about 1 million gold for this. And this is what you need to craft the letters to fight Cthulhu Prime in the event map. So then here you can buy unlimited amounts of Cthulhian crates for 15 platinum and 3 pulls each. And if you get 600 pulls, you get a guaranteed loot level 81. And for the guaranteed loot, you get this badge. This badge looks pretty good, but it is already really cheap for some reason. So next up, you can buy a bunch of these recipes. Here's the recipe for the Neo Heroic Pet with the pretty good Arcane ability. 2000 tokens basically means around 10 million gold. And over time the parchment papers will get cheaper, so this pet might actually go between 5 to 10 million gold later in the event. Then you can buy the recipes for all of the vanities and also for the 3 badges. Here the purple heart badge, which is 8000 tokens. That's just ridiculously expensive. The badge Wood Dragon and the badge Golden Merfkin. So for the event map, there's 2 different elixirs that you can use. First, the Golden Love Elixir, which is 310,000 gold. And with this elixir, you can loot golden candy heart chests, which are 21,000 gold each. You can make a little bit of profit using the elixirs, but it is really slim how much profit you will make with this elixir. Don't forget to use luck elixirs when you use this elixir. With luck, you will loot a lot more candy heart chests, but again, the profit you make with this elixir is really little. There was a time a few years ago where nobody really ran with the Golden Love Elixir, and I was one of the only people that used this elixir, and I made so much profit using this elixir. But nowadays, there's just way too many people using the elixir, and you barely make any profit using this elixir. So then there's also the Fleeting Love Elixir, which is 250,000 gold, and with this elixir you can loot some extra crafting material for the vanities. Here again, you can make profit using this elixir, but the profit is pretty slim, and these 2 elixirs really don't make this event worth running. You probably make around 10 times more gold just running Rahab, so these elixirs are not worth your time. So by far the fastest way to reach plat tier and go for the leaderboard is to use letters. Most people are afraid of letters, they just see 1.4 million and they really don't want to spend this gold. But in reality, you get quite a bit of the gold back that you spent. If everyone in the party uses 1 letter, you will get 160 tokens back, and 1 parchment paper is 200. So overall, you get about 70% of the gold you spent on the love letter, you will get that back. You still spend around 500,000 gold on each letter basically, but it's not as bad as it seems. And indeed, if you only go for plat tier, you will make all of your gold back. With the rewards from the tiers, you will get 2 love letters, 15 fleet elixirs, and the plat tier rewards alone will make you all the gold back that you spent on the letters. And for everyone wondering, you can use love letters even if you're not gold tier. Just 1 person in your party needs to be gold tier, and you just give your letter to that person and he will use the letter. So again, for the leaderboard, if you consider that you have to spend quite a bit of gold on the letters to even make it on the leaderboard, and the leaderboard rewards aren't even that good. For top 50, for example, you might not even make any profit. If you consider you have to play for 2 weeks straight, because the leaderboard rewards don't reset after 1 week, which they definitely should. Running for leaderboard, this event is really not worth it at all. So what probably happened is that they didn't have enough time to make another vanity for the 2nd week, and that's why the leaderboards don't reset after a week. But they could have just recolored this aura and this badge, for example. They could have just recolored this and made this blue for the 2nd week. This would have already fixed the problem. Same to this badge, they could have just made this blue and the vanities are done. But instead you will have to spend a lot of gold if you consider, for example, for top 50, the rewards are maybe worth around 40 million gold, and you will probably spend that amount on the love letters. Same for top 25, you will probably spend all of the gold that you will make on love letters. And even for top 10, you will probably not make any profit. And if you consider how much time these players spend on the event, just makes you think, is this event really worth it? And I'm going to be honest, they probably messed up with this event. I will have to rate this event at best a 5 out of 10. They should not have put the lunar event at the same time as the Lovecraft event, but they could still maybe fix it if they make the firecrackers a lot cheaper, so we can at least get some firecrackers. And of course the leaderboard, they should have made it reset after a week. It runs for 2 weeks now, same for the tier rewards, which means there's not much to do during this whole event. But again, at least we do have Catacombs, Elite Rahab and Elite Zodia's Gates, which always stay loyal to us. And yeah, this is it with the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.